Did you read they said AI, they were going to use it in Britain? 20 billion they're spending, more than that, I think.
Right.
250, I don't know, billions they're spending on AI. And one of the things they're going to use it for, they actually said this out loud, they're going to use it to find potholes. And I'm like, well, I can find potholes without even using anything electric, just going, look, there's one. And then the other thing, I can find potholes before they appear, because they're going to appear in wherever it was they just filled in a couple of months ago. In about a year's
Yes.
time, that's going to be a pot. I can do that.
Insane in the membrane.
Ah, thanks for coming on. I'm really excited. I haven't seen you. I've not seen you in such a long time, because I was a barman at Up the Creek way back, 2001.
Good God.
And I remember you used to do a lot of the stuff because you with Malcolm. So I remember you doing the Sundays quite a bit.
Yeah.
With those mad Sundays.
Yeah, they were the days, weren't they?
Yeah. So did you spend a lot of time with Malcolm and all that group?
Not so much the group.
No.
I spent quite a bit of time with Malcolm. I was thinking about him only the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Should we do Malcolm Hardy stories?
Yeah, just to get into it.
Can I tell you my favourite one?
Go on. I love this.
Well, there's a couple actually, but there's this one. This is when he was 18, and he was with Martin Sohn.
Martin Sohn.
Yeah.
I was talking the other day and I couldn't remember his bloody name. It's Martin Sohn. Of course it was. Carry on.
Last of the True Alternatives. He was with Malcolm in Cornwall, and they were doing Punch and Judy.
Right.
Like proper seaside Punch and Judy, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they went in this, they'd been working all day, and they went to this pub near the beach in Cornwall, down in one of the country lane Cornwall pubs. And there was nobody in there apart from a hippie at the bar and the barman. And Malcolm and Martin got a pint each, and they were just about to drink when the barman jumped over the bar and attacked the old hippie. And it was a full-on barroom fight. They were rolling around everywhere. Glasses were being smashed. There was nobody in the pub apart from Malcolm and Martin. And Martin looked at Malcolm, and Malcolm was just drinking his pint as fast as he could. And they went, and the bloke threw the hippie out, and he came back in, and he said, "I'm really sorry about that. That guy's been winding me up all day. I am so sorry. Did you get hit or hurt or anything?" And Martin, standing there with his full pint of beer, went, "No." And Malcolm has finished his pint of beer, says, "Yeah, he spilt my pint." And they got free drinks for the rest of the night.
No.
It's an example of how fast his brain worked to find the angle that would be good for him. It was, it's incredible, isn't it? In that split second.
Yeah. It wouldn't have even occurred to me that you could do that. I would have been so shocked by what was going on.
He knew it was coming. Martin said he's standing there like, and looks at Malcolm up. And he thought he was just drinking it to run away. But no, he was drinking it to say, "You spilt me pint." Yeah.
Every time I hear a story about Malcolm, it's always there's another side to him that I had no idea about. You know, like I've never heard that they used to do Punch and Judy, like proper old school Punch and Judy.
Yeah, and
I don't even know how you get into that.
I know, and even then it was past its day. It was like late 60s, early 70s, you know. But and the other one, I bet you've had every comic ever tell this story about the queue outside the nightclub and Malcolm.
No.
Where the police car comes around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Money tells this story. It's a funny story. He's standing in a queue outside a big club in Deptford. Don't know why he was queuing up, but he was. But a little car came barreling round the corner on the main road and whizzed past them at high speed. And everybody in the crowd, obviously someone had nicked it. Everybody in the crowd was like, and then seconds later, the old Bill come round the corner on 2 wheels, screaming round the corner after him, miscalculated it, clipped the curb, and the police car turned over. It turned over on its bonnet and came to a screeching halt on its upside down in front of Malcolm, with the 2 coppers still in their seatbelts strapped upside down, looking out the window. And Malcolm leant forward and said, "This is your vehicle, sir."
But again, that wouldn't even. I would have just gone, "Fucking hell."
Yeah, I know. He was there with the perfect joke.
See, when I started up the creek, like I say, it was 2001. So I didn't realise until a bit later on who Malcolm was. I had heard of him, but I didn't really know who he really was. And I used to insist on doing the bar on a Sunday because I loved the night. The night was mental because you never knew what was going to happen. Even the crowd used to come down specifically to heckle. You know, I've never known anyone called, like, I met a couple of them at Malcolm's funeral. And when they said, "Oh yeah, we're professional hecklers,"
Mark the taxi.
Yeah, that's him.
The dark-haired guy, Mark the taxi. Yeah,
that's him. And he gave me this joke. He went, "Yeah," I goes, because I was just starting comedy, and he gave me this joke. He went, "Oh, you can use this one," and it turns out everyone uses it.
Is that the one? Is that the
story?
Was
that one? It was no. It was the one. It was just a joke about, like, when you're talking about your kids and you talk about, I've got 2 kids, 7 and 9, weird names, and I'd never heard that before. So I'm like, "Oh, that's brilliant, thanks." So I'm doing it in my act, and then I see Paul Tonkinson did it. Everyone's done it. I'm like, "Thanks, mate. Maybe look all right, prick."
But it's one of those things that everybody thinks of, isn't it? And there's many jokes that everybody's thought of, and everybody thinks of them at different times. But I don't think it's people nicking them. It's people thinking of them at different times because they're so obvious, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they're so obvious.
Yeah. There's been a few times when, watching people when you go, "Oh, that's so-and-so's joke." But you go, "Yeah," but like you say, there's obviously a clear path that you all go down. That you go, "Oh yeah, that means that." If you think of that, you're going to go to that, and then it becomes the same joke but thought of independently. So
it was what Lenny Bruce said. Every young comedian, the first thing they do is go to the toilet. And I remember reading that years ago and thinking, "What are you talking about?" And oh,
yeah. So, I mean, when did you get started? Because I've like I say, you and I know you and I've seen you, but we've never really had a chat. So I don't really know.
We must have exchanged words if you were behind the bar up the creek.
Oh, definitely.
We must have been talking all the time. Were you there? Well, can I take your mind back? Were you there on the Sunday night where it was all nice? It was all lovely and nice, but there was 2 girls sitting in a bit. It was packed, and there was 2 girls sitting in the crowd, and they wouldn't shut up, and they were just They were just talking. They weren't heckling. They were just talking really loudly, and all the way through the first act, they did it. And the bouncers came over, and Malcolm had a word, and then the second act, and then the open, so all the way through, and then me, and I thought, well, so I had a couple of words, and it all got a bit heated,
right?
Which I didn't mean it to, but it did, because they just wouldn't shut up. They were just having a chat, like and then he come round like, "No, and I'm not ready," and I'm saying to him, "If I'm not ready, I ain't ready to come." "Oh no, love, I know." They were just like that on a bus or something. It was really weird. And, anyway, the 2 blokes got a bit upset because people were laughing at the girls and telling them to shut up and stuff. And then the bouncers came over, and they just grabbed these 2 blokes between 2 of them. They just it was like a maypole dance. They put their arms together and grabbed them, and then just bounced them out into the into the corridor. The open vestibule bit before the steps. Yeah. So they bounced them out to that, and that was it. And I did my last bit, and I went off, and Malcolm comes on and goes, do a bit more, Boothby, do a bit more. And I said, no, I don't want to do any more. And he's going, do a bit more, do a bit more. And I go, I really don't want to do any more, Malcolm. I don't. He went, do a bit. The foyer is covered in claret. I went, what? Just the foyer's covered in claret. Do a bit more. So I'm doing a bit more. And then as I just sang a song, I just sang a long, protracted song of nonsense. And as I was doing it, you could see it was like a cartoon. The foyer door was sort of moving, little bits of puffs of smoke coming out of it and all that, and pow and bash. And I found out later the two guys who'd come with the two girls who wouldn't shut up, when they got them in foyer, one of them had a CS gas canister.
Oh, shit.
Which he was threatening to set off.
Right.
And the other one had a gun.
Jesus.
I know. And there was three bouncers in the foyer, and the big one, Lurch, they used to call him. Do you remember him? Saying I didn't know what to do, so I punched them both.
But that's what it was like back then. It was just,
what a thing to do, to say, let's go out on a Sunday night. We'll go to the comedy club. We'll sit in the middle, and we'll take those two girls that won't shut up. Have you got your CS gas canister? I have. Have you got your shooter? Sorted.
You never know.
Oh, exactly. It was scary sometimes. It was. Scary.
There was one night when, and there was some. I think they were travellers, and they were in, and they kicked off, and they were and as they were on the way out, they threw bottles at Malcolm, and he just kind of went, and then just carried on. Yeah, it's like that, like he was expecting it.
Yeah, he never gave up.
No,
well, he did eventually, but
yeah. So that with Martin, there's that lovely story. This won't be all about Malcolm, by the way.
I don't mind
that. But the story of when he owed Martin money, they're in the club, and then Martin had gone to the bar, and I think Martin, he wouldn't pay him or something like that. Do you know this story? Malcolm hadn't paid him.
People.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he owed him quite a bit of money, and Malcolm was always like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll sort you out. Don't worry about it. I'll sort you out later." And he goes, "I'll go and get yourself a drink." So then Martin goes to the bar, and he says to the barmaid, "Oh, Malcolm's told me he can pay me out of the till." And then she sort of looks over at Malcolm, and he goes, "Yeah, all right," thinking, "Oh yeah, you can have a drink." He doesn't realise what's actually going on. And then Martin had his money.
Yeah, I suppose if you know him long enough, you know how to get it. That's it.
Yeah. But the thing is with someone like Malcolm is that everyone knew the tricks and everyone knew, but he just had something about him where you just went, "That's Malcolm."
Well, it was unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, but always funny.
But do you remember
things you would say, "Oh God, no, that's not funny."
Yeah.
It still makes you laugh when you think about it. What were you going to say? Sorry, I interrupted.
No. Just the stories of him, like the way he got caught for tax evasion, was because he used to write on his tax return like deceased. And then he did a big show or something happened. He was doing a big, so he's deceased, and then he ended up doing. I don't know what it was that drew their attention to the fact that he wasn't deceased.
How could they tell? He used to share a cell with the guy from The Golden Shot. Do you remember The Golden Shot?
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
Did he really? With Bob Monkhouse, and they used to have the thing where they shot at the end, and it was like a crossbow. It was a crossbow.
That's it.
And then they put the bolt in the crossbow, and Bob Monkhouse would say, "Bernie, the bolt." And then the guy would come over, Bernie, with the bolt, and put the bolt in the crossbow. Malcolm shared a cell with him in prison, and every night when they locked the door, the whole prison would go, "Bernie, the bolt."
He was in prison. Malcolm was in prison.
Yeah, he went to prison twice.
Jesus Christ!
Once for something that he did do,
Mm.
which was probably the fraud, and the second time for something that he didn't do,
Oh, wow.
but he let it go because there were so many things that he did do that he didn't get caught for. He thought it was reasonable.
I'll do me time now.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. He
yeah.
took it as a
But even when it, because I was living in, so Potter, Martin,
Martin.
he used to do the sound,
Mm.
and I was renting a flat off him in Maidstone, and then he came down one day and he went, yeah, Malcolm's passed away, and he was telling me all about it. He goes, yeah, the funeral's on blah blah blah. So yeah, we're all going, and even then I think everyone was like, no, don't be stupid, no, he's not.
Ta-da!
Well, I remember the day, and Arthur Smith was giving his eulogy, and the vicar was leaning on the coffin, like heckling him. And that just summed up the whole thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Tragic.
Yeah.
As he always used to
But
say.
when did you
Tragic.
do you remember when did you meet him?
On a program for Central Television
All right.
called, what was it called? Can't remember. It was like it was. Do you remember the old-fashioned comedians
Yeah.
television show where they just showed clips of comics
Yeah.
without any compare or anything, just clipping from the other?
Just yeah.
It was like a remake of that, and it had
Okay.
Malcolm, Steve Coogan,
Bloody hell.
Mike Haley. Remember Mike Haley?
No.
For
Oh,
your time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember him. Yeah, didn't he
Yeah.
become an actor? No.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, he always
Yeah.
was, and then he went back to it. Yes.
Right.
I tried to record the Ingmar Bergman film, and my video recorder broke down. In tears. That was Mike Haley. And then there was Bing Hitler. Do you remember Bing Hitler?
No. No.
But he changed his name. He went back to his original name, which I thought Bing Hitler was the greatest name. He used to come on in a dinner suit with shorts and Wellington, cut off Wellingtons.
Right.
He was very, very funny. Scots comic. Yeah, and
I don't
but he
remember him.
changed his name back to his original name, which is Craig Ferguson.
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
That
I
is
know,
amazing.
isn't it? In it though.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, incredible. He was, but I mean, even back then, he was very, very good.
Yeah.
He was doing some like blistering stuff, and this is back way before, way before. Well,
Yeah.
before anybody had heard of Coogan, before anybody had heard of anybody.
But there are people like that are just. Well, like, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. You're like that. You're just a funny person. That you're just funny. You have funny in
Uh,
your bones, and there are some people that are like that. I know some people now that are doing. They're trying to be funny, and they ask me that, like, I'm not that I'm an expert, but they'll go, "Oh, you got any advice?" And you're like, "I don't really know.
no,
Just got to be
keep going,
funny." Yeah,
keep
keep
going.
going.
That's what I always say. I like that expression, but I always think it's wrong. Blowing smoke up your ass, isn't it? Coke.
Is it Coke?
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
it would
blowing
be.
Coke up your ass.
Would it be better if you?
It
That's
will
what
be.
I'm saying.
But that's the thing, innit? Now I've said it. Now we're having this conversation. You get images in your head, didn't you? And
Yeah.
now I've got that. I'm blowing Coke up your ass.
You see, that works for me. That works for me.
Well, this is how I'll pay you. If this goes well, I'll come
Oh,
round your house.
but you have to provide your own Coke.
Yeah. I won't. I won't even have to say why I'm there. You'll just know.
Yeah, I'll get the piping.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
when did you
go
get
on.
started? Sorry.
Yeah, 1919. Oh God, I don't know. What, London? You mean like London Circuit?
Yeah. Well, where did it begin for Boothby Graffoe?
Oh God. Ideal Homes exhibition in Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a kids act, and I got booked to do the Ideal Homes exhibition in Nottingham, and so I did. £500. Never got paid.
Right.
Never got paid.
Did you not?
No, bloke went out of business.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. I know. I never looked back.
No, you thought, well, that's
This,
that's
this
good.
is
I didn't get
great.
paid for that one.
Yeah, this is great. What a great job.
I'll keep going.
Yeah. It can only get better.
The amount of times I've done a festival and the next day they've gone, oh yeah, that company doesn't exist now.
Well, first gig I ever did in London as a stand-up would be in the Windmill Theatre down that little side street off Leicester Square, and you walk down, and it's
Oh, I
it's
don't know now.
the Windmill. I think it was like the girly bar theatre.
Okay.
I did
And
a
that was
gig
the first
there.
gig in
Yeah,
London.
well, I'll tell you how old it was when it was. Part of my act, I used to have a big cardboard. I'd stuck it on a piece of cardboard, a big poster. Like, you can't see how big I'm making it, but it was this big,
Yeah.
like a poster on your bedroom wall of Wham, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley.
Right.
I don't know why I said it like that. Wham.
I go to the exclamation mark.
Yeah, I know. Mine was like more of a question mark, ... Wham.
It
Wham.
was.
Wham.
It was, yes.
So,
Wham.
Wham. What is this wham? But that part of my act was I'd come on and I'd cut the mouths out of George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nothing to do with the act. That was just when I got home. No, I cut the mouths out, and I used to have a conversation with the two of them talking. So it'd be like, George, yes, Andrew, and I can't remember what the joke was, but there was a joke. It never, ever went down well. And then I used to do 3 SAS blokes having a conversation, and I'd put a full face balaclava on my face, and then I'd have one full face balaclava on each hand. And I'm doing that. And I did it in Belfast at the.
Oh my God!
I think it was called the Empire in Belfast.
Yeah, that's still going. Yeah.
The young fella comparing was Paddy Keelty.
Oh really?
And I did that, and he came up to me afterwards and said, I actually used to have a routine a little bit like that, but it was so bad, I just had to stop doing it. And now I've seen that yours is worse. I might go back to it.
I mean, how do you even come up with that? It's just.
But you see, funny how other people were doing it. You know, that's what we were saying. You think you thought of something, and there's other times when you think that I can't. You know, that's got to be a joke. I mean, we're talking like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You look at a sign, and the sign is guide dogs only on the shop. And the obvious question, isn't it, is, well, who's that sign for? Yeah, but the thing is that you think, oh, that's everybody's thought that. Everybody's thought that anyway, and somebody's going to do it. And then I noticed nobody ever did it, and then I saw someone do it, and it got a massive reaction and applause.
Yeah.
And there's that thing that a lot of comedy, a lot of laughter is based on recognition.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that. Yeah, it's bringing people together in so they can all go, oh yeah.
That's it.
Which is why doing gigs for people like the police, say, or troops more so, Army, Air Force, Navy. You do gigs for soldiers, forces.
Yeah.
You can say something, and there can be 1,000, 2,000 of them, and what you say, like, you know what it's like when you get woken up in the morning by some skinhead prick who's shouting at you. Well, they'll go, yeah, we know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. They all know.
yeah,
They all have the same reference points.
that's right.
And that's why uniformity within a society, like an army situation, is much better for stand-up. So come the fascist takeover of the British Isles, what I'm saying is it's going to be easier to get laughs.
I mean,
Do you know what it's like when your jackboots chafe just below the knee? Yes, yes, we do.
you know, it's like when you're standing on the paw. Oh
Oh, oh,
yeah. You know, oh yeah, you know, it's like when you're painting a roundabout. I do, yeah. That's
that was it's frightening, isn't it? It's off
yeah.
flag, isn't it? 1066, mate. You heard of 1066? That was when the French came over and bred the English out. I don't know if you remember it, but anyway,
That's it.
that was
I
just
make
like, what was it, 600 years, or no, it was 1,000 years after the Romans had come over and bred
yeah,
the English out. And then the French came and finished it off. And then you've still got these half, like quarter German, quarter French, quarter Italian, 8, 6 something else, all these people. Like, if you could find
yeah.
an English person in this country, I don't think you could, can you? Can
No,
you?
no, no.
Genetically, is there an English person?
We're all a mixture of everything. Like my mum just had hers done, and there's most of it's Iberia, and then there's something else. My
That's
dad's
Spain,
from
isn't it? Is that Spain,
yeah,
Iberia?
yeah.
When
So
did they
my
come
dad's
over?
hey.
When did they come over?
I don't know, I think there was just one rogue bloke
I think
coming
the
over chucking
Armada.
his
The
the
Armada.
Armada.
A lot of those ships sunk. They made it to shore. They integrated.
See, and they do integrate.
Mm.
All this.
That's why all your Irish people on the far north coast have got the black hair, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because of
because a
this?
lot
Because of
after
the.
the Armada was limping home, a lot of those ships sank, and a lot of the sailors made it to shore. And then,
Oh.
being the enemies of the English, they were warmly welcomed.
I see. See, this is what I love about this podcast. You're laughing and you're learning. I
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I'm making a lot of it up, so you're not really.
This is do you know what? I'm so gullible. I will believe if someone says it with just the right straight face. I'll believe you.
Well, that's politics, isn't it? And that's the
Yeah,
thing is, we really shouldn't decry people for believing what they're told, because what sort of do you want to live in a world where everything that you're told, you go, get fucked?
yeah,
You want to be able to have someone tell you something and you go, okay, right, that would be great, wouldn't it? But now,
yeah.
no, the bloke from NATO, not NATO, the UN, I think, the computer expert from the UN, said not long ago, last year actually, that in 1 year's time, everything you read on the internet will be created by artificial intelligence. In four
Jesus.
years' time, everything you read on the internet will be false. So
Yeah.
we have no starting point. We have no we have nothing without
No.
agreeing. As Obama said, we have to agree that this is a table, okay? And we haven't. We're losing that if we haven't lost it already. I mean, that was a year ago. So everything we're reading now, and then I don't know if you read artificial intelligence, what it writes. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yes.
But you can spot it a mile off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And you can see when someone's used it as
Yeah.
well.
Oh God. Yeah.
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 Because we were talking about because we're writing a book for this podcast of all the people that we've had on and snippets and things like that, and we were looking at Chat GPT or whatever it is, and you go, yeah, well, we can't just do the book with all of that. We've got to put our bit in it as well. And so yeah, but I've got to the point now with the internet. I don't believe any of it. I don't. I don't even believe pictures that I see because I'm like, no, that's been fucked about with. That's not. Elvis wasn't on the moon. Why am I looking at that?
Yeah.
You know,
And that's the point. You don't believe anything, which is the epitome, I think, of ground zero.
yeah.
Nothing.
But do you think people will come? I think because you talk to the younger people, like I've got sons and they're younger. They're
Well, I would hope
talking
so.
about. I don't know why I said that. Of course they're younger. Got sons that are younger than me. You wouldn't think it, would you?
Yeah,
I look
no.
good for my age.
Yeah, good caveat.
They're younger, by the way.
Yeah.
But they're talking about, social media and the internet and things like that. And they're all coming away from it, from social media. Like, yeah, it's all bullshit. So we're not looking at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that's the thing. The first thing I think is, where are they going to get their information? And the thing is, why do they need the information?
Yeah.
Do we need all the information we've got? Is the point? Do we need it? We've got all. It's like, oh, I must know this. I must know that. I must screen
Yeah.
time. Well, they're banning mobile phones in Australia, aren't they? Or have they banned them already?
Are they?
Yeah, for kids. I mean, I should have
Oh, I
mentioned
see.
that.
The younger kids, not the
Yeah,
ones that are my age.
yeah, not the ones, your ones who are older than you, apparently.
Oh,
But
no, do you know
no,
what? That's gonna.
but
I'm not gonna live that down.
no, but you must remember, because you're not that much younger than me, are you? You must remember going
No.
to gigs just because, and going to a gig without a sat nav.
Yo, God, yeah,
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 finding a gig in London, in the middle of nowhere, in anywhere, finding
yeah,
these gigs without a sat nav or a phone that tells you where to go, or like,
yeah.
with a flipping book that had
Oh,
all the
yeah.
streets drawn on it,
That's it.
and you had to find the street you were on and follow the lines to get to where you were going. But
Yeah.
people, that's not an option, is it?
Some people they even out of habit they just put the sat nav on,
Yeah,
and they
I
even
do. I
know
have it
where
on
they're
all the
going.
time. Yeah, because you want to see how far it is. Yeah.
But I remember going to Manchester the first time, and I went in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just north. So I went belting up the M1. Got as far as I think I got as far as Sheffield, and
Yeah,
went. I should have been there by now. And I got the book out.
yeah,
And I'm like, oh, it's across this green bit.
yeah,
Oh, I'll have to go across there, and that was Snake Pass. Takes you through to Glossop, and that way.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
well,
And that's how I got to the gig. Just
yeah,
go, oh yeah, I'll just blow up the M1 and then turn left.
yeah. That's it. That's north, isn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
Sheffield. That's north enough.
I went north enough and then I turned left.
Yeah,
And then I was
Manchester.
there. Yeah. I
Where
don't know what the
is
problem
it?
is.
Where have they put it? But we we can't. I mean, there's a bloke the other day comes around. I'm just getting a kitchen.
Yeah.
And we got people to design your kitchen for you. Loads of quotes to begin with, where they design your
Mm.
kitchen. And this one geezer who's come around, he's saying, "How many ovens do you want?" Well, it's just like, what do you mean? How many ovens do I want? And I'm expecting him to go like one or two, and he went, well, 2, 3, 4. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, and I just said, "Who has 4 ovens?" He said, "I've got 4 ovens." Have you? How many people have you got? Just me and the wife. You got 4 ovens. And the other thing, he was telling me, all these ovens are AI and Wi-Fi connected. So, and
Right.
I said, what? So you can like scroll through Facebook whilst you're cooking tea or something. And he went, "No, I can use my phone to tell the oven to change its temperature, even when I'm in the car." And I thought, okay. And the other one is he didn't even have to use his phone. One of his ovens would do it automatically. It would decide, I must turn myself up a bit to crisp the top of this particular dish. And
What?
we are literally building these massive sensors, data centers they call them, isn't it?
Yeah.
These massive power centers that use all that power, so
Yeah.
that some bloke can cook some food in an oven he doesn't need.
How does the food get in the oven if he's not there?
Well, I don't know. He's got AI on his Dyson or something. Takes it over.
Just like it looks like Fantasia, the wizard's assistant, all these mops and that flying around.
Bing. But yeah, I think so. That's I'm in the conspiracy lot now. I think I've got a conspiracy theory. I think this is what they're doing. I think this is because all this AI nonsense. Did you read? They said AI. They were going to use it in Britain. 20 billion they're spending, more than that. I think
Right.
250. I don't know. Billions they're spending on AI. And one of the things they're going to use it for. They actually said this out loud. They're going to use it to find potholes. And I'm like, well, I can find potholes without even using anything electric, just going, look, there's one. And then the other thing, I can find potholes before they appear, because they're going to appear in wherever it was they just filled in a couple of months ago. In about a year's time, that's going to be a pot. I can do that. It's all this unnecessary stuff. And then a bloke was trying to explain to me the other day, all these different things that AI can do, like turn your fridge on, sort your oven out, tell you if you're feeling like tea or coffee. I mean, all these things that AI does, that they're building these data centers so we can power it. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Probably could tell me what it was I was talking about. It's what do we need any of it? Do we actually need any of it? And I'm thinking, and that's the thing with artificial intelligence, and it's all about making robots, and they always make them look a bit human, don't they? And the more human they can make them, like so you've got robot, then you've got Ash in Alien, like human robots. We like that. And they always say it. They did it like in the Industrial Revolution, and before that in the fields with Captain Swing and Ned Ludd and all that. When they built those threshers and the steam looms, the idea was, the working man is going to have a life of leisure. Which, of course, the working man didn't get a life of leisure. I mean, they all lost their jobs and had to move into the slums of London. So, and now they did it again with the further industrial revolution. Working man will have a life of leisure. The machines will do their work. But once again, it just creates massive poverty. And now again, they're selling this artificial intelligence as though the working man, we're not going to be able to afford a bloody robot.
No.
And what are they? We're going to be 15, 20 grand. And what will it do? Make you a martini? I can make. Do you need? And then you realise, I think, I think they're not doing it to replace the workforce. They're not building these robots aren't going to replace the workforce. They're going to replace the population. They're going to populate the earth with humanoid robots. Once they put into the programming, into the algorithm, the understanding of money, how to earn it, and most importantly, how to pay taxes, then they will have billions of these robots. And none of these robots will cause a fuss.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then the ruling classes can continue to live as they always have done, in abject luxury apart from society.
Yeah.
And they will have all their money coming in, and they won't have people going, kill the rich, eat the rich.
No, because we'll all be dead.
Well, we'll all be dead, yeah, and all the robots will be going, thank heavens for the rich.
Yeah.
It'd be like, it'd be like a Daily Mail editing meeting. Shut up, come on. Take that.
But that's true, though. That is what they're doing. It used to be that you go, oh, I'm studying for this, I'll get a job in a petrol station, or I'm studying for this, I'll get a job doing blah, blah. But even in a petrol station now, they have automated tills.
Yeah.
So you can't even get a job doing that. And then, like you say, they're all, like, it's not going to be a life of leisure because they're not going to pay you whilst the robot does your job.
Hospitality, isn't it? They can make gin and tonics. They can make a martini. They can tend bar.
And then they'll be able to do what we do.
So all those barmen, and they can already do what we do. Sit on their asses talking bollocks. Me.
No, this is right, though. This is right. But does this not worry you? Worries me. I can't. I have to stop looking at it.
No, I've got 12, 13 years on you, so I ain't going to be around. My
No,
kids,
right,
it
yeah.
worries me a bit for my kids, but not really that much because I am I am the generation who is going to be able to actually to my children. I'm going to be the one on my deathbed. Like the world will be coming to a horrible end. There'll be civil unrest. There'll be environmental catastrophes. There'll be earthquakes, volcanoes, asteroids, everything. The moon will be falling out of the sky. And I am of the generation that will be able to turn around to our children and our grandchildren and say, told you so. And actually be right. We did.
Yeah.
Told you not to vote
Told you.
for the fascists.
But people do, like you said, because the fascists work out what it is the people are moaning about and upset about, and then they go, oh, we can sort that out for you.
Well, I think it's more simple than that. They don't find out what's upsetting the people. They invent what's upsetting the people.
Yes.
They invent it. They invent an enemy. They invent, and then they just keep going on about it. And it's been done so many times. It's astounding that when you sit back, that you watch again and think, oh my God, they're falling for it again.
Yeah.
They're falling for it again.
Yeah. And then like the way we're talking now, then we get made to feel like they go, oh yeah, but they're just old fuckers. They're just conspiracy theorists. They're just crackpots. You know, they don't know what they're talking about. And people go, yeah, what do you fucking know, you old twat?
Yeah, exactly. And then they've got all these, like, all your Twitter and your Blue Sky and your Facebook and everything. Most of them, the majority, I would say now, probably, they ain't real. They're not
No.
real people. They're not. They're machines. It's
Yeah.
engagement farming. And it's all about getting input of real human beings, which they then take away, analyze, and use to create their master race of robot humans.
Bloody
And
hell.
they will be just like you, but they won't. They'll because they've learned from you. That's all it is. It's like the International Space Station has anything to do with furthering the ascent of man. The International Space Station is just there to gather the information they need to finally, if they have to, leave this broken planet and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
They're up there. It's not for It's not for us.
No.
That's what I think we ain't going, and that's what I love about people like Nigel Farage. I love watching him because you can see in his face and the things he says and the way he acts. He thinks he's got a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
thinks they're going to take him with them.
Well, he's just doing the groundwork for him, isn't he? He's
he just
just
doesn't
yeah.
realise that he's not got a seat on the rocket ship. No.
Well, that was you could see that just the way the way they talk about him. You
Yeah.
know, you could just see that they have no time for him. No, they're just complete disdain for
He's
him.
there to do what you were saying earlier on, is to stir up that hatred
Yeah.
against the common enemy, which is, that's why I'm always saying this. How difficult must it be? Why do people take the difficult option? It's so much more difficult to cause problems for people than it is to sort their problems out.
Yeah.
If you want to cause problems for someone, like real problems, you've got to get an army together, you've got to train the men, you've got to spend all that money, you've got to spend all that time, there's all that bloodshed, heartache, woe, economic turmoil. How can that be easier than just going, you're all right, mate, what can I do to help you? Let's sort this out.
Yeah.
Surely that's got to be easier. And that's his job, and all of their jobs is to create this awful turmoil. And how difficult is it to constantly have to pretend to be angry about something you've literally just made up?
Yeah. Well, I think they're so blinded by greed, aren't they? It doesn't occur to them that, like you've just said, if you sorted us out, we just carry on, because we always knew that MPs and people that we always knew they were dodgy, but we weren't fucked enough to go. It wasn't a problem enough, was it? We'd go, yeah, we all know, but I'm still paying me rent. I'm still being out. I can go out and have a few pints. I can do this, I can do that. But now it's got to a point where you're like, no, you fucked us so hard now that we're actually we're gonna call you out on a few things. Like, we know you what you're doing with kids. We know what you're doing with women. We know what you're up to, you dodgy little shits. If they had just left us alone, I don't want them to be paedophiles, but what I'm saying is, do you know what I mean? Like, if they need us to be, they don't realise they need us to be sorted out.
Can't be rich if there ain't any poor.
No.
Got nothing to compare it to, have you?
No.
You need someone to work for your riches.
And I think I think that greed has just become it has just completely taken over them, and they're lost.
You see, my wife reckons, like, it's the drug dealer scenario.
Right.
So, like they did with what they're doing with the obesity drugs, classic drugs dealer, isn't it? You know, take obesity, Ozempic, Manjaro, take it. You're taking it, right? We're just going to pop the price up a bit.
Yeah.
Which is classic dealer move, isn't it? Classic. That's good stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it's another £100. What? Now,
we were talking about that just before we came online.
Really? Yeah. Well, you see, my wife thinks, right, because she's nuts. She thinks that the aliens come down every now and again, and they give us stuff. And the first one's always free or very cheap. And an example is like the microchip, the microprocessor. I can't even find someone who's a computer expert who can explain to me how those work and how they get them so small. They can't explain their own technology.
It just came out of nowhere, yeah.
It's too complicated to explain to you. Well, have a go. Well, it's too complicated. Try. You're not.
If anyone out of the two of us can explain how these work, I think you
explain it to me. No, you haven't got the RAM. What? Nothing.
You wouldn't understand. It's so complex.
And that's what you see. My wife thinks that, like, how to make guns, maybe how to utilize fire, how to use a wheel, not just for making pottery. Put it on your cart, you stupid bastards. How the aliens give us that technology, but to begin with, it's free. But they're going to come back, and when they come back, they're going to want paying for it.
Right.
And that's why, because you look at Elon Musk, he's got 500 billion quid. And you think, well, you don't need any more, do you?
Yeah.
But maybe these people do need more because they've got to get, like, let's say, the diamonds or the gold or whatever precious metals these aliens want. They've got to have the money ready for when these aliens come back and say, you owe us.
Yeah.
And that's what my bonkers wife thinks.
But I can see it. I can see what she means. And because you get to that, because it's not even money anymore, is it? It's not even.
That's a lie.
It means nothing.
No, never did.
It's just numbers.
It never did.
No.
It was just an IOU. Yeah, do you want a sheep? Yeah. Have a goat. Right. Do you want a sheep? Yeah, I ain't got a goat. Oh, give us a piece of paper with goat written on it. All right, then. There you go. That's the way it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, that was it. And then it just built up. And now Elon's got all the goats.
Yeah, he comes back and he says, I want a goat. Here's a piece of paper. No, goats cost 2 pieces of paper now. Do they? So you have to have 2 goats. I don't know. Go on.
No, you're right. But then it's got out of hand now. Now it's got to a point where it means nothing. And you look at it and you just
designed to keep the poor in their place.
Yes,
because how can you say, like, we're always saying it, poor people. I'm sorry, how do you quantify what is the qualification for poor people? Rather, poor people haven't got this much money.
Yeah.
Now we all know money doesn't make any sense, doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It only exists in your head. But it's our way of saying you're poor.
Yeah.
And how is someone who's got everything they want lives a life of relative leisure in a paradise, but we call them poor?
Yeah.
You know.
But the people with all the money, they're still not happy. So they have that thing where they still have that need for something. So they're always chasing something. Like they've got all the money now, and they're like, "Oh, I need." So they're not even happy with it all. So
But it goes back to what you're saying. Money isn't anything. Money isn't
yeah,
anything. How much of nothing have you got? I've got billions of nothing. Must be frustrating, mustn't it?
when you can just afford everything, no,
Yeah,
so none of that's relevant.
they're not happy. I mean, Jeff, what's his
No,
name? Amazon guy. He's got 2 yachts. One of them is for him and his wife, and then another one. They're both in their billions. The other one follows behind, so the staff can leave and get on that one. They sleep on that one because he doesn't want staff sleeping on his yacht
fucking
with him.
hell.
I know.
How many cars have you got?
Um, what are you looking for?
No, I'm just saying. Well, it's already a pain in the ass to have 2 cars. Like I've got a car, my missus has got a car. It's always a
Oh,
pain in the ass. They always break down at the same time.
yeah,
There's
yeah. No,
always
one car, one car.
yeah. So it's imagine having another one. I mean, the one's already a pain in the ass.
Another
Lucky
one,
to have it.
another one just for the staff.
You don't want them in your car.
Yeah, I don't want them in my car. No, what? Yeah.
But I'm thinking, what I mean is, imagine having what a pain in the ass having another yacht is. Having the one yacht.
Well, they got that yacht the other day, didn't they? They showed it. It's the one that's made out of solid gold. I know.
Why would you? So that's what I mean. They're running out of things to do.
Yeah, with all their money.
That's why they keep on about. Oh yeah, we're going to go to Mars now, and well,
But
go
that,
then. No.
but that's the thing with the artwork in it. I've been ranting about this recently. It's the banana. You know, remember the banana on the duct tape to the wall,
Yes.
and the bloke said he paid $6 million for it because it was art, and then the
Yeah.
banana went off, so they got another banana for 30 cents and put it on. So it wasn't the banana that was worth $6 million; it was the duct tape.
The concept of it.
Well, the duct tape
The
around
duct
the
tape.
banana. Well, yeah, but the thing is, it was $6 million he paid for that, and then someone paid £7 million for a handbag. And you're always reading about works of art or really odd things going for like millions of pounds and millions of pounds. And then you've got something like HS2, which is 100 billion, I think, for a
Yeah.
railway they're not even going to finish. They're spent, and it was 37 billion for track and trace and 122 million for the PPE that what's the name had, and all this
Yeah.
money, and then 100 billion for a railway they're not going to finish. I mean, they've done half of it, and they're not going to go back and sort. It's just wasteland
Just
now.
left.
They've ruined it, and they spent 100 billion.
Me.
It's going to go, and then they tell you that it's that Turkish barber on the high street what's laundering all the money.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And it's like, is it?
It's that
Yeah.
fella, him. Just that one
Where's the
bloke.
£122 million that you bought the PPE that didn't work? Where is that money now then? Yeah, you see that vape shop? Where's the 37 billion on track and trace gone? Yeah, and there's a Turkish barber. Look,
Look at
that
him with
suit.
his. Look at his car.
Look at him. They're laundering all your money, mate. Can I get
Well,
a train ticket to Newcastle? No.
yeah, 130 billion the Tory party squandered. It just
Is it?
vanished.
Was it
Yeah,
130 billion?
130 billion in their 14 years apparently, and
Yeah.
no one. And then they're
No.
now this government are going, well, we're going to have to sort out taxes. We might have to charge people for using the bath a bit more. So
Yeah.
we're going to up the taxes on the water. You go, no, send an invoice to the Tory party for the
Yeah.
130 billion that they fucked.
They got little sensors in water pipes that can tell how many hundreds of thousands of litres you're losing if you've got a leak, and then they can charge you accordingly. But they
My
can't work
God.
out where's all that money gone. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Just,
Have you thought of
no.
looking? No point, mate. It's complicated.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand. You ain't got the RAM. What? Nothing.
Does it upset you? Does it affect you, all of this? Or do you just go, oh, do you know what?
I'll tell you what upsets me. I think it's a combination of the headphones and my photograph, my actual photograph of Susan. I just look like a sort of an aging bald bloke, like one of those characters from Little Britain that Matt Lucas used to do, the guy in the wheelchair. I look like him.
Yeah. I
That's
think
what
you look
upsets
all
me.
right.
Have you noticed I've been moving my head around because I'm trying to get rid of this? What is this?
Just leaning your head forward so you
Yeah,
can just
it's
get.
just all this. This was never here before. I like wattles.
This comes
So
down.
I can't go to London Zoo Insect House anymore because when the wind catches it, sets them all off. Look. And the kids all say, "Oh, you should look up slightly." That's what they say, isn't it? You should look up.
That's it. Yeah,
But
look up
but
or
then you can see it. Have what? Have the camera above you.
have the camera up a bit.
So you look up.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
There you go.
No, but then you can see up my nose and all the hair coming out my nose.
Do you not fuck it? Do you not have a thing?
Do you know, I did have one, but I lost it. Up this one. I don't know where it went.
I had it one day. It
Just
just went,
rattling around in here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, getting old, that's what I miss. Was that the question? I got the question.
just like like, does this affect you? Do you get depressed about all this? Like what we're talking about? Does it upset you?
Well, like the end
Do
of
you
the
have
world
days?
and the
Yeah,
massive injustices.
yeah,
Um, yeah, a little bit because it's difficult to. It's easy for me and the wife because we're cracking on. We can just bugger off,
yeah.
which is my intention because you don't want to get in a fight about it. You really don't because you're not going to win. That's the thing, isn't it?
No,
All the conspiracy theories and all the warriors that are out there, you'll know if they're onto something. You'll know if they've got an idea that makes a difference
yeah,
because they won't be here very long. They will, have an accident or be discovered to be terrible people and destroyed. That's the kind of thing that happens. So, and it's happened
yeah.
so many times. You can't fight that. So the best thing to do is do a chomp. You bugger off. Just go somewhere
Yeah,
else. And obviously not America now, but so that's my plan. But it's my kids. I've got to try and convince my kids to have, a grab bag isn't enough. It's too late. A grab bag is too late.
mm.
That you need to go. You need to go way before the wave starts.
Yeah.
Straight after the earthquake, you have to go because the
Right.
wave is coming, and you
Yeah.
don't want to be in its path. So the time to go is, I would say, very soon. But convincing my children of that is not so easy because
No,
they're younger and they have more hope.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. It's like you were saying about someone who, if someone susses what's happening or someone has an idea of, they suss it out and then that person will be off. I've always, you notice when someone gets in the way of the money, they get offed.
Don't mess with
They're
their
like,
money.
if you're fine, you can say what you want and do what you want. But if you get in the way of the money, that's why Trump is allowed to go running wild because he's not getting in the way of the money.
Oh, he's more than that. He's facilitating their increase in wealth, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. And that's why they let him. That's why they let him get on with it because they're
Yeah,
like,
of
"Oh,
course.
we're all making a fortune here. Let him carry on." And then when the shit does hit the fan, it'll all come down on him, and they'll all just go off with all the money they've made.
But your Bar Wala, I think his name is. Can't remember if I've got that wrong. I do apologise. But it's the one of the main guys from the Baha'i faith. When
Okay.
he was asked to the court of the kings, the government of the day, and later after he met them, he was asked what he thought, and he said it's a puppet show. And that's the thing. All the people we can see, we're back to perfect circle. We're back to Punch and Judy.
Yeah.
It's they are, Boris Johnson, incredibly annoying puppet. He was
Yeah.
there to distract you, and he was good at it. He was good because you waggle him about, and he says ridiculous things, and everybody goes that Donald Trump. He's a fabulous puppet. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're right.
he is remarkable to keep coming up with something even more ridiculous.
Yeah. But it's the ego, isn't it? They've managed to get somebody that's so egotistical
Yeah,
and blind. They
but
genuinely believe. Yeah.
prolific. You would have think. I've heard that bleach can cure COVID. Maybe we should find out a way to inject ourselves with bleach. You would think that would be enough, wouldn't you? When his own chief medical officer is in the background going, that you would think would be enough. But no, he has gone
No.
on and done and said even more ridiculous things. What windmills cause cancer, I've heard.
Yeah.
But he's never going to say anything more ridiculous. Wait
And then
for it.
he says, "Oh yeah, I should be given a Nobel Peace
Yes,
Prize."
yes. What? Do you think that Putin interfered? Do you think that Russia interfered with the election? Well, I can see no reason why they wouldn't. What?
What?
Surely that should have been the end of him.
Yeah.
Um, what's his name? You don't see much of him very much now. The used to be a stand-up, failed, and went into politics.
Oh God.
Michael Gove. Michael Gove.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was a stand-up comic.
Was he really? I didn't
Not a
know
great
that.
one. Yeah, little slots on the 11 o'clock show. That was his highlight of his career.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but when he was a politician, it's very difficult to find this clip. I can't find it, but he did say, we have had enough of listening to experts. We are not going to listen to the experts anymore, and that should have been the moment when we all went, okay, right, we need to
Yeah.
do a complete reset here. But no, we carry on to even
Just
more
carrying on.
ridiculous because we've got these wonderful puppets bouncing around in front of us and we
Yeah.
go, oh, good God.
But he
Really?
does things like when he was at the I think it was like the world, like Trump was at the World Cup thing, and they
Oh,
had the
yeah.
medals, and and he just went, "Oh, I'll have one of them. I'll have the
Yeah.
medal." Gave
And he
him the World
bounced,
Cup, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll have that."
he bouncing around with the team, wasn't he? But that's the other thing was was it Cole Palmer? Is that the name of the footballer?
I don't know. Oh yes,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
See,
Yeah.
he's a good player. Hey, he's a good player. Bloody hell, he's a good player. But I saw a video of him talking about that moment when Trump hijacked the ceremony,
Yeah.
and he was really slagging him off, saying he had no right to do it, and it was. But you could tell it was artificially created, artificial intelligence.
Really?
Yeah, they just because he's not stupid. He wouldn't have said anything like that.
Right.
And it was a video, very professionally produced video of Cole Palmer dissing Donald Trump. But I'd love to be corrected if it was real, but I don't think it was.
No. See, this is I don't know. This is
But we're
but just
even using robots to slag off our puppets. It's all just one
what a
massive.
sentence! What a sentence that you thought you'd
Using
never ever
robots to
say.
slag off our puppets. Join us
But
next week on Happy Story Time when we'll be looking.
even on this, now, like we said at the beginning, if it gets a bit sketchy and it's a bit weird, it marries it up and then it's all lovely at the end.
Yes.
It looks like nothing happened, but that's AI. This is all AI.
Generated.
That's AI filling in the gaps.
Yeah, I'm not real.
No. Thanks for not being here.
No, I can't even see you now.
Thank you. This has been Boothby Graffoe. It's how you say it, isn't it? Graffoe.
It's pronounced Susan.
This has been Insane in the Membrane, and we'll see you next time.